hello, good morning. Good morning. And how are you this morning? It is freezing cold. Cold this morning. That actually it feels like I have no idea. It just cold. 30 minus 13 Celsius, and with the wind it's minus 21. So it's an extremely cold day. So there we are, and that's what we have today. So there's not much we can do about this cold morning. So I'm hoping everything goes great. Last week, nobody could come on because it wasn't opening up for you guys. I don't know what's doing this Facebook, but just in case you don't get to come on, I am going to go do the same video on IG Live as soon as I am off here, so that those of you who can come on, whatever is going on in Facebook, will see what happens. So we are looking forward to that, and I hope you're able to join me. If not, good morning, and you can see it after if you're able to get it. So, good morning. How are you doing today? It's a wonderful day, cold as I said, and what can we do? So, it's greeting to self. This morning was, hey, you are. It's so lovely to see you. How are you doing today? That was my greeting to self. So it was so lovely to see you. How are you doing today? Hello, here you are. It's so lovely to see you. So I looked in the mirror and that's what I thought on this cold, chilly Toronto morning. So your mantra for today is I love learning new things. It's a challenge all the time. Whenever you have one, all you have to say is I love learning new things. And that's what we have to do. We love learning something that's different. It's sometimes difficult. And as you know, my journey with on technology, on social media has been up and down. But you know what? I'm going to soldier right through. So that's one thing for sure. I am not going to let it go. Somehow, somewhere, we have to meet somewhere in a nice situation. So my morning blessing to you today is push your patience to the current level of your patience muscle. I know that sounds complicated, difficult, and all of that. But this is what I learned from Friday's Facebook. It's my patience. I did it. Nobody was able to see it. I had to go all over the place. I finally got it on. But it was pushing my level of patience right up to the muscle of my patience and saying, I am going to keep trying. And that was hard. And it was taking patience, not giving up. So patience is a virtue. The definition of a virtue is moral excellence. Can you believe you have moral excellence, goodness, righteousness, and uprightness? That is what patience is. When you have patience, you have moral excellence. Can you believe that? Moral goodness, righteousness, and uprightness. Can you believe that? It's amazing. Patience is an amazing and wonderful virtue to have. It's amazing because so many times, someone who has patience has excellent moral, which rises to the top like fine cream. When your patience has to be channeled and used and go far and push it and say, I'm holding on to this and keeping it going because you know what, my patience, I have to find the patient muscle to keep this going. Your patience is what holds you back in situations that might cause grave damage to yourself and also to those in your space. If you don't have the patience and you're driving your car, guess what? And something happens, somebody cuts you off, and you let your patience take over, and you don't calm, impatient take over, and you don't calm yourself and push your patience so as far as it can go. You can cause so much damage to yourself and to others. And it mightn't have been something you started to do intentionally. Somebody just triggered you at that wrong time. And that is where your emotional healthy prosperity has to be in place. If you're emotionally balanced and that pillar of prosperity, the emotion, you're full with that emotional stability, when you come in those type of situation, you're able to push your patient to the top of the level of you have So the highest you can go with that patient muscle. Patience is a muscle, and you have to train it to go to the top. Sometimes we have to indeed push our patience as far as the muscle of patience can go. Many times we are faced with the decisions on how to act in a certain situation, and it is then we need to push our muscle of patience and stop. Push it and say, okay, what are we doing with you today? How can I get you to go a little further? I need you. I need you to push and help me to go through this. These occasions happens when we least expect, and we need to always be on the moment, in the moment, and on point in order to be aware of what is taking place. If we are in the moment, we will realize when our muscle is going to be needed, our patience muscle is going to be needed to master this situation. If we're not in the moment and we let rage, anger, and thoughtlessness take over our decisions making, we cannot take it back. If we are not in the moment and it happens, we are not able to take it back. We have already let it go. Now we have to deal with the consequences. And in some cases, these consequences are so hard. They're so difficult. They just have no return. So that's why we have to keep our patient muscle well fed. And that comes, of course, from our emotional pillar of prosperity. If you're emotionally balanced and that pillar is strong, you're able to tap into your patient muscle and say, you have to go. You have to help me here. Keep me back. Let me hold my tongue back. Let me think this through. Let me walk away. Let me don't make eye contact. Let me just stop for a moment and let that person go over. Let that person walk through and let them go ahead of me. That's what emotional prosperity does. It helps you to tap into the strongest part of your patient muscle. Patient is something you have to train. That's why I call it a muscle. It has to be trained for it to be at its highest level. When faced with a situation where our patience is required, it is best to take a step back and look within, or even for a moment, because once this step is taken, it cannot be retracted. So once you take that step to make your patience just come to the end and say, I have no more patience, I cannot deal with that, boom, 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 anger takes over. Once you go that way, nothing can come back. It's done already. It is what it is. And all you have to do is the regret situation. I should have stopped. I should have known. I don't know why I did this. And you don't need that. So that is why you have to realize your emotional balance has to be in place so that you can make a decision in a moment of stress under that patience and say, okay, patient muscle, I feed you, I train you. Come on, this is now, I need you. Hold me back, teach me what to do. How do I walk away from that? It is not only our action that causes those irrefutable hurt. Our words, and even stronger, and the same, our words are even stronger. And the string and the memories last forever. Our words are stronger than actual sometimes, just what we say. This thing lasts forever. And that is something we need to take care of. Push your patient muscle as far as possible. Ask it one more time to help you through this terrible situation. Always talk to your patient muscle, especially when you find yourself in a situation where you have no control or you cannot tell that person, stop, behave, stop. You cannot do that. There's a time no words from you will make that person pull themselves back. So guess what? You are the one that has to take charge of your situation and go. It takes two to tango. It takes two to get in an anger situation. So one person has to stop and say, not me, not today. You're not taking me down that road with you. I am not. If it's on the road when somebody is being an idiot, I don't even give them eye contact. I just stay straight ahead when I'm driving. Because that is the last thing you want them to do, is to see you. That's when they get volatile. So you don't look. It's the same thing when you're standing in a situation and that person is not relenting and you can see it's not going to go where it should go. walk away, stop, take a deep breath, hold your tongue back, and push your patience a little further. Push it and say, come on, I need you now, and try to get that help. So, this is what I want to do. Your patient muscle has to be trained. You train it by keeping your emotion intact because it's when we are not having a proper emotional prosperity working for us that is when we find we are losing our patience with the slightest thing. But the slightest thing can cause a great big thing. And that is why I'm asking you to push your patience muscle way as far as it can go and keep pushing it. Ask more of it so that you can get a better and more successful life. Sending you light and joy on this wonderful Monday morning. I hope you had a wonderful day. And I can't see anybody's here today. So again, I can see you guys again, but I can't bring you guys in. Who knows what Facebook is doing? So I am going to go on on IG Live and do it again because that's the only way you're going to, when you get lemons, go ahead and make lemonade. Let's see what we'll do with it. So sending you light and joy, and don't forget to like and share Tessa-Marie's Morning Blessings. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tessa-Marie Shillingford. Have a wonderful day. And I am sorry I couldn't call out your names this morning. It is not working to give me that opportunity. Oh, here it comes. Good morning, everybody. Lisa, Deborah, Yoko, Corinne. Good morning, ladies. I am so happy you guys are here this morning. Thank you for your visit, and I hope you got this. So, sending you light and joy. I'm so grateful you guys are here. Talk to you guys later. I'm going to do an IG live. So talk to you later. Bye.